All right, hi guys. Today I'll be showing you how to do tattoos for your GTA and FiveM characters. Today we're gonna be using Photoshop. Yes, Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop 2020. Like I said, in my faces course, you will need either 2018, 2019, or 2020. 2021 does not work. Absolutely does not work. Now I've used 2023 before that still had the 3D mode. You can use that as well. But I would recommend 2018, 2019, or 2020. All right. So the first thing you'll need is your Photoshop open, and you're going to need your tools. So I do provide the tools as well, which is paid. So if you have the tattoo tools, you would have the female and male PSBs. You will also have the skins for the female and male, includes the upper and lower. Just so you know, male lowers does not actually have a naked skin. So you would have to actually search around for it. A lot of people do not do male lowers, just so you guys know. So there's really no point in stressing about finding a male lower, okay? Or you could just simply use the one with the boxers attached, the heart boxers attached. So I mean, there's a lot of female naked lowers, uppers, and feet and whatever. I did provide the feet unless you want to do some feet tattoos. There you go. You have the feet. So I have provided everything for you guys here. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is put in your actual PSB here. So I'm going to work with a male today. I've told that I do too much girl stuff. So let's go ahead and work with a male today. So I'm going to be doing a male upper body. So I did convert these into a PSB, which is pretty much easier for you guys. So I'm just going to do the upper, and I have it here, and I'm just going to throw it in my Photoshop. All right. So you should have the Photoshop 3D mode. If it's not activated, activate it in your preferences, general, and 3D here. Make sure all that is there and all that good stuff. Like I said, 2018, 19, and 20 you would need for 3D mode. Photoshop doesn't have this anymore. So yeah. So as you see, you can't see the back when you turn it around and you navigate. As I've told in my face courses, in order to see the back, just double click your light or click your light, move the light around to see, to put it back how it's supposed to be. Go back to custom up here, and I believe it's default lights, and it will go back to how it's supposed to be. Um, yeah, it will actually add some more lights in there. So if you can't see, just move the light, move the light around. Yes, adjust it. Move the light around and adjust it. That's all you have to do. Simple. Okay. So, actually, let's get it back into view. And let me hit the lights really quick. I just want to get it back to how it's supposed to be. All right. So 3D printing actually gives you everything. So yeah. Now we're going to have to pull up our texture or our UV map here. Okay. So in order to pull up the UV map, listen carefully. You see the material here and it has default texture. You're going to double click it and boom, there's your UV map. If your UV map is missing, you have the wrong Photoshop. Photoshop will not work for you. Change it. Sometimes if you don't see it, you can click this UV overlays to hide it and unhide it here. All right, so we're working with a male upper. So I'm going to go ahead and put in whatever skin you want to use. Use that skin. In the tools, I have this skin for you. And you're just going to hit skins, male, my upper, and here's all the skin colors. Okay. All right, so I'm going to work with a male white. So I'm just going to throw it on top of, or actually just make a new layer, just in case. Make that new layer first. And I'm going to throw it on top of my layer here. And I'm going to hit enter. because you don't have to edit that, okay? So now you have your skin in, and if we go back over to the 3D layer, here is your skin, you guys. Wow. All right, so it is in. Okay, so my suggestion, you don't want to go ahead and make tattoos on this layer. The best way to do it is just do it on this layer and keep going back and forth to check your work. All right, so now all we have to do now is go ahead and find some tattoos. I would recommend starting off, if you are starting off, not to do color tattoos. Color tattoos is a little bit different. I will show you guys later. I promise I will show you guys later the color tattoos and how to do it. Let me do this video first and let it marinate in some people's brains before you start asking, Isha, can you do color tattoos? Okay, let the video rock for a minute, you know? So here you go. Let's do our black and white tattoos for now. So you're gonna find black and white tattoos pretty much anywhere. Google, Pinterest, uh, simple searches, anywhere. So I would rather you get a one that has a white background and that's black in front. So I'm just gonna show you an example of the tattoos that I am talking about. Two pretty much like this, black and white photos only. Let's try to do things like that, okay? And this one here is a good example as well. Okay, so black and white photos as well. So this one doesn't have a background. It can be PNG or it doesn't have to be a PNG, but just make sure if it's JPEG or any other besides PNG that it has a white background or a transparent background like this one here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and throw in our tattoos or whatever you are using. So I'm actually going to pause the video here and get more tattoos other than those two that I showed you. I just want to show you how you can create and merge pictures together here. So get whatever, say about 5 tattoos, big tattoos, small tattoos, whatever, and let's go ahead and set that up here. All right, so I have chosen some tattoos. I normally just go on Pinterest. Pinterest has really good ones. They have ones like this where people actually make them in like a collage, and it actually is like a back tattoo that's already made for you. So Pinterest is your best bet to find really good tattoos like this. Normally what I just search is PNG tattoos, and then once you start clicking on one, it leads you to another. I will leave the creator or pinned creator stuff in the description where you can start to find ones like this with the like a back kind of like tattoo. This will cut your time down tremendously with tattoos like this. But I do have other tattoos. Now this is a JPEG, but we're gonna convert it to the PNG, so it really doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and start putting our pictures in so that we can get it to be transparent. Like I said, I have all of these and they need to be transparent. So I'm just going to do the first one for you in regular mode, and then I'm going to just speed my process up a little bit faster. So I'm going to do the back one actually, since I've already mentioned it. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it in to this bar up here. Do not drag it in here or it's going to drop on top of your picture or your wireframe. So here, and there you have it. So what we need to do, we need to get this to be a transparent layer or transparent photo. So normally people would do like multiply. Well, I'm going to show you. Let me put it on a scan. Multiply and put it on a scan. Now, this does not work. I'm going to tell you this up front. This does not work. This picture needs to be true transparent, because when you export this as a PNG, it won't be transparent. It's going to be transparent background, but it won't work in GTA. So do not do that. So I'm just going to delete that layer here, and I'm going to go back over, and this is how you make this transparent, you guys. Okay. So first you need to do, click your image, go into select, hit select all. All right, and then click in the open space over here, and once you hover back over your picture, you're going to see like a scissors like scissors over your picture and on the cursor. Click it, and then you're gonna go into edit, copy. All right, then you're gonna go to the bottom and select a new layer down here. Hit the first layer and delete that layer. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna put it back in. We already copied it. Okay, now we want to go ahead and get this whole thing black. So we're gonna pull up our paint bucket tool. Now this first paint bucket don't work if yours is grayed out. Just right click the three dots and find paint bucket tool, or hit the letter G. Make sure that the black is on the first top layer. If not, just select it, go to black, hit OK, and then drop that black onto that empty paint layer or layer, and it's going to turn that layer black. All right, now we're going to add a mask to this layer. The mask button is here with the circle and the square. Then we're going to hold our Alt key and click the white mask layer, and it's going to turn white. All right, then we're going to go to edit with your mask still selected in the white background as well. Edit and then paste. Then go to image, adjustment, invert, and it's going to turn like that. Then we're going to click the black layer mask, click on a mask, and delete the mask here and hit apply. So now you have a full masked out image. Okay, so this will work. The multiply will not work, trust me. So now what we're gonna do is just take this image, make sure you on the select tool, take this image, drag it over to your 3D or your 2D layer and put it in like that. Okay, and you're just going to place it wherever you like. All right, so if your image does not show up like this, go ahead and exit out of here. So like mine's did not show up when I asked it to, so all you have to do is probably just do that right there, or exit out of this and then bring up your 2D layer again and probably have to just drop it in again. Okay, so I'm just gonna edit this. This was actually the front, and I actually want it on the back, so I'm gonna move it where the back should be. All right, so as you know, half of the back will be showing, half of it ain't. So you can do it like this and then just cut this part and then bring it over to the other side. Is go ahead and actually cut. So you can actually just split this in half. All right, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna hit your rectangular marquee, take half of this, try to figure out half, right click it, and then layer via cut, so it's on a different layer. So now you're gonna go back into your move tool, and then you can actually move it however way you like now. Okay, so now we're gonna bring back in our skin UV maps, and I'm gonna just put this here on one half, and if you like, you can just use the warp tool up here to get it to warp how you like, so it's a little bit more natural. All right, so be careful when you do that because you don't want it lopsided with the other one. So I'm just gonna select the other layer and put it on this side right here. Try to get it to match up the size. All right, so I'm just gonna drag it over here. Use the same warp feature, bring it down. All right, so hopefully this is correct and straight or whatever. But as a teacher, I'm showing you, and as a student, you fix it how to your liking. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and I am gonna go over to this, and I'm gonna make sure I go to default so I can see what I did. And that's pretty much how you do it. So like I said, I have stuff in here I can fix right here, like this part right here, but that bottom part is very good. I can barely see it, so I'm just gonna throw some more lights on. All right, so that's perfect. I'm just gonna go back and try to edit a little bit more. So in order to get like rid of the jagged lines, I can actually move this out more. So I'm gonna Control T my layers to edit it again. Use my warp tool. It can pretty much just bring it out some more. I mean, doesn't hurt to do that. So Control T. All right, so in order to get, mine's not perfect, you guys, okay? So in order to get like the you see how it is a very sharp on the edges, like its lines. We're gonna go ahead and so go back in to get rid of these sharp edges. We're gonna hit our eraser tool, and we're gonna turn down the opacity, because if you start erasing, it's gonna erase the whole thing like that. So we're gonna turn down our opacity, maybe like 20, and just start erasing a bit, smoothing up, and you can kind of get rid of the edges too. All right, so I fixed it a little bit. So like I said, in order to get like rid of the sharp edges, you're just gonna use your eraser tool, and turn down the opacity. Now I'm just gonna fast forward this a little bit. I'm just gonna show you how to add in more pictures to blend it into the next picture here. Okay. All right, so I have my second picture in. I'm just gonna zoom in just a bit. All right, so I have my second picture in. I'm gonna go ahead and look and see how it's gonna look. Change the lighting, and I'm just gonna zoom in on this too. All right, so what we need to do, we need to try to get that to like blend in with the picture. So in order to do blending, like I said, you would need to use your eraser tool. You can also use your smudge tool as well. Um, Smudge tool works just the same, but as you need to pick the layer too as well. So you see how it's smudging and actually kind of like blending in with the picture. I wouldn't do too much because it will distort the picture. So when you use smudge, just go ahead and put the strength down. All right. And I'm just going to do the eraser tool instead. All right, so this is not perfect, you guys. I'm just showing you the worst and the kinks of how to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this and probably just put in some more tattoos, random tattoos, nothing spectacular. I'll probably just do the same one. All right, so the thing with Photoshop in its 3D mode, it will get or act crazy sometimes. So like for an example, I dropped my stuff on here and it didn't show in the front. So all right, so if it does that, you're actually just gonna save the layer without the skin. File, export quick PNG. All right, and then you're gonna close this out and bring back up the material. All right, so you're gonna put back in your stuff and then import or bring a new layer and import the what you just saved. So place embedded. All right, and that's how you fix that issue there. Okay. All right, so now we can export this, which is pretty much already exported since you already fixed what just happened there. So now I'm going to show you guys how to put it in your game. Okay. All right, so we're going to need OpenIV. The best place to place the tattoos is actually in your chest hairs. Okay, so GTA 5 has chest hairs here. So what I do, I would just search and filter mods. Make sure you're in edit mode here. And I will search body. That's what I do. Then search body in archives. Then I'm just gonna choose a regular body hair that comes up, like this. And it's gonna show you all the body hairs. So if you click into it, because we need it as a YTD, not a YDD anyway. So if you click into it, here's all your body hairs. Okay. All right. So I'm going to choose just all the body hair so I know what's all body hair. So you want to choose these right here. And I'm just going to drop these into like just a random folder. Just going to drop these into this random folder. All right, so here's all my body hairs. I'm going to go back into my mods folder. Let's exit out of that. Then go back into my mods folder. And I'm just going to drop those body hairs into my mods folder. And you're just going to figure out what body hair you want to place it on. All right, so you're going to go in and right click and copy name. And then delete the actual body hair. Import your file. Okay, so that it can be a DDS. Then you're going to rename and paste the body hair name there. There you have it. And then you're going to hit save. And now you're just going to input this into your server. And it's going to be a replacement. So you don't have to do any type of fixing. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in my server. Just gonna throw it in here. I don't have a folder for it, but it still will because it's in a stream file. I'm gonna start my server and show you the tattoo. All right, so what we're gonna do is show the tattoo here. Make sure it's on the male that you put it on. If you put it on a female, that same male tattoo on a female, it's not gonna work because the UVs are different. So like I said, I put it in chest here. It should come up on chest hair 16. So if I go ahead and go to 16, there is the tattoo. What could be better is probably just lighten it up. But no, that's how you do tattoos.